Are you ready to make the most delicious, crispiest, most addictive smashed potatoes you've ever had? If you are, you've come to the right place. Because with only a couple ingredients and a little bit of time and a couple little techniques and secrets that I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna be able to make them yourself. So let's get cooking. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get our potatoes boiled off. They take like 15, 20 minutes. You're gonna wanna get them fork tender. So get your water boiling, add a little bit of salt, and the first secret is baking powder. Put a little bit of baking powder in there. It's not gonna change the flavor of the potatoes at all, trust me. What it is gonna do is it's gonna change the pH level of the water, so it's gonna make the potatoes a little drier, a little crispier, a little cragglier. Secret number one, baking powder. So once your potatoes are fork tender, you're gonna wanna get them drained off, you wanna get them into a bowl, you wanna get your other stuff together, you're gonna want your baking sheet, your potatoes. You're gonna take your baking sheet. Now, if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I'm a big proponent of lining things with either parchment paper or aluminum foil if you're just trying to make things cleaner. For this, I like to get my dark baking sheets because I want them to really get crispy on the bottom too. So without any parchment paper or anything, we're just gonna hit it with a little bit of olive oil. Just get the bottom of that pan coated. Secret number two, once your potatoes are done and cooled down a little bit, you're gonna wanna just put these small little scores across the top. Whew, these potatoes are actually still really hot. Once we have our potatoes on the pan, we got them scored, we're ready for the fun part. I like to use a mason jar for this because we're gonna smash them down. It's got a nice little convex or concave thing at the bottom, so it's not completely flat, so it's not gonna smash them all the way flat, but you know, you could basically use whatever. Mason jar is my preferred. We're just gonna take it and we're just gonna give it a little bit of a smash. I'm gonna smash these down to about 1/4 inch thick. Here we go. Now, once we get them smashed, I have a mixture here of olive oil and butter. The ratio is down below. In fact, everything's down below. Down in the description, you have your recipe, your ingredients, everything you need is down below. So check it out if you need to. We're gonna take our butter and olive oil mix. We're just gonna give it a quick brush. There we go. This is a mixture of salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, paprika, and it's got a little bit of rosemary in it. We're just gonna give it a quick dust on our potatoes. And that's it. Once they look like that, they're ready for the oven. The oven's gonna be set at 450. They're gonna take 10, 15 minutes. We're gonna flip them halfway through, and then we're gonna try them. So I'm gonna get these in the oven. You're gonna hit like and subscribe, and then I'll be right back. Okay, it's been about 20 minutes. They've been in the oven at 450. As you can see, I flipped them after about 10 minutes or so, just to make sure they get nice and crispy on both sides. So now that it's been 20 minutes, let's check them out. Oh yeah, these look amazing. They're still sizzling on the tray. Oh yeah, these look perfect. So here comes one of the most difficult things for me to do, and that's to wait. Because there's no way I'm tasting these now. These things are so rip-roaring hot. So I'm gonna let these cool down for about maybe 10 minutes or so. I'll get them on a nice plate or something, and then we're gonna taste them. I was patient, and I actually let them cool down for about 10 minutes. I don't want them to get cold, but I don't want them to be piping hot, and they are perfect. That flat, crisp. Yeah. So let's try them. Little ketchup on there, ketchup's not even my favorite thing, but for these, it's good. I could sit in front of the TV watching my favorite show and eat an entire plate of these things. They're that good. They're so crisp, they're so delicious, and they're easy to do, and they are addictive. I would end up eating as many as I brought into my living room. So I appreciate you watching all the way to the end, and thank you for coming to my kitchen. YouTube's got another video of mine right up in here somewhere that it wants you to check out, so consider checking that out. I would also appreciate it if you would like, subscribe so you don't miss any of my videos when they come out every Monday at 4 o'clock. So like, subscribe, shoot me a comment, get ready to watch this other video, and when you're done doing all that, go cook something.